Heyo everyone, welcome in. Today we're checking out 16 awesome Steam deals covering blockbuster RPGs, fresh remasters, retro shooters, and plenty of other surprises. As always, I'll break down each game, let you know what to expect from the story, any kind of standout features, how long it takes to wrap up, and of course, if it supports local or online co-op. Alright folks, with all that said, let's dive in. Alright, and we'll start with Final Fantasy VII Remake INTERGRADE, which brings the Midgar story to life with incredible visuals, fast hybrid combat, and tons of expanded character moments. Now you get the entire remake, plus the intermission episode, which runs alongside the main arc and adds a fresh perspective. You can expect a story-driven RPG with more than 30 to 40 hours of content and great side quests. It is an incredibly polished adventure and a great start to the trilogy, and right now, you can grab it at a brand new low at just $19.99. Alright, and next is Dying Light: The Beast, which takes the series back to the pure survival horror roots, with Kyle Crane caught between humanity and mutation after brutal experiments. Now, Castor Woods is a huge open world full of parkour routes, off-road driving, and terrifying night hunts. Combat is brutal, movement feels amazing, and you can tackle the valley solo or in co-op. Now, expect dozens of hours of story and side quests. This is definitely Techland returning to peak form, and again, right now it's at a brand new low at just $47.99. Remnant II is a tough, loot-driven shooter where every run through its shifting worlds feels just a bit different. Now you can play solo or with up to 3 players as you take on brutal bosses, hunt for gear, and experiment with the flexible archetype system. Procedural layouts keep everything fresh, and there's easily 40 to 60 hours of content if you dig into rerolls and decide to jump into the co-op. It's one of the best co-op shooters on Steam in my opinion, so that wouldn't be a bad option. And right now, it is marked down to a brand new low at just $14.99. Alright, and up next is FANTASIAN Neo Dimension. Now this is a gorgeous diorama-style JRPG from the creator of Final Fantasy. You follow Leo as he tries to piece together his memories across handcrafted worlds infected by a mechanical plague. Now combat is classic turn-based with modern quality of life features added in, and the soundtrack is incredible. The full story runs around 40 to 50 hours, and right now it's matching an all-time low at just $24.99. Next is Wulong Fallen Dynasty. Now this is a fast, martial arts focused action RPG set in a dark fantasy take on the Three Kingdoms. The combat is all about parries, momentum, and stylish Chinese swordplay with tough enemies and creative boss fights all the way throughout the game. You can tackle missions solo or summon help in co-op online, and the campaign offers around 25 to 35 hours. Now if you're into Neo or Sekiro style challenges, this one definitely delivers, and right now it's matching an all-time low at just $23.99. Next is Earthion, which is a brand new side-scrolling shooter that was created by Yuzo Koshiro and the classic Ancient team. On top of that, it was built to run on 16-bit consoles, and so while they were developing it, they stayed within those limitations. Now you'll pilot Azusa as you soar through 8 handcrafted stages packed with all kinds of enemies and different patterns, huge bosses, and that unmistakable retro soundtrack. Now the game isn't very long, only about an hour or two, but there's tons of replay value thanks to the challenge modes and the online leaderboards. Any fan of the genre, definitely check it out. Right now it's marked down to just $14.99. Huntdown is a slick, neon-soaked run-and-gun platformer where you're taking down crime gangs as a badass bounty hunter. Now the shooting feels incredible, the pixel art is amazing, and every boss is a highlight. On top of that, it has some of the best voice acting in any of the indie games that I've played in a very long time, and you can play solo or with a friend in local co-op, and the campaign should take about 5 to 6 hours to wrap up, but again, the replay value is pretty good, and you can grab a friend and play through anytime you want. If you love 80s action and tight controls and platform run and guns, you should definitely add this game to your library. Right now it's just $3.99. Alright, and next is The Thing Remastered, which modernizes the 2002 cult survival horror classic with better lighting, textures, models, and updated controls. Now you play as Captain Blake investigating Outpost 31, where your squad's fear and trust levels matter just as much as the ammo that you have. You can expect atmospheric exploration, tense encounters, and a campaign that should take about 8 to 10 hours to wrap up. It is very faithful to the original source material, and right now it's at a brand new low at just $19.49. They Always Run is a stylish 2D action platformer starring Aiden, a 3-armed bounty hunter taking down criminals across a collapsing galaxy. Now, the third arm adds a ton of mobility and combat tricks, making fights feel fast and unpredictable. It mixes platforming, melee action, and a surprisingly deep sci-fi western story, all into an incredible package. Now, it should take about 10 to 12 hours to work your way through, and right now it's marked down all the way to just $199. Up next is Man Remastered, which brings back the 90s cult action-adventure game with restored levels, better visuals, smoother controls, and all of the cut content that finally gets to see the light of day. You'll explore both the real world and the dead side as you hunt serial killers tied to a supernatural threat. The campaign runs around 15 to 20 hours, and it remains a uniquely eerie experience even to this day. Whether you're revisiting from the past or jumping in for the first time, this is a great game, and right now it's just $4.99. Alright, and up next is The Oregon Trail, which modernizes the classic survival sim game with new journeys, quests, mini-games, and maybe the most important part, improved hunting. Now each run offers tough choices and a bit of unpredictable chaos as you shepherd your party west. A full trek takes about 6 hours, but replay value is incredibly high through the roof, of course, thanks to all the random events. Now, part of me does wish that they added in some kind of multiplayer, but that's alright. Either way, right now you can grab it for just $11.99. Disc County is a cozy, personality-driven shop management sim where you take over your aunt's small-town supermarket and try to rebuild it from the ground up. Now, you'll design layouts, strike trade deals, shape product lines, and interact with all of the quirky local residents. Now, it is a relaxed game, but way deeper than it looks on the surface. You're looking at dozens of hours of gameplay here. Right now, it is just $14.99. Slave Zero X is a fast, combo-heavy 2.5D slasher with anime-inspired storytelling and stylish, biomechanical action. Combat is flashy and skill-based with air juggles, mobility tech. Now the main story runs around 8 to 10 hours, and then the Crimson Citadel Rogue Tower adds almost endless replayability into the mix. If you've never played it, right now it's at a brand new low at just $14.99. Alright, and up next is the Ace Attorney Investigations Collection. Now this HD collection brings both Miles Edgeworth games together, letting you solve cases directly in the field instead of in court. You'll investigate crime scenes, interrogate witnesses, and use logic-based puzzles to crack each case. Quality of life updates like story mode, autoplay, and chapter select make it way more accessible, and finishing both games will take more than 50 hours, so it's a great value as well, and right now it's marked down to half price at a brand new low at just $19.99. Dragon Quest XI's is a massive, story-rich JRPG where you play as the Luminary on a grand adventure with a memorable party and that classic turn-based combat. Now this version adds in new character episodes, orchestral music, and an optional 2D retro mode as well. The main story is about 60 hours, but you could push way beyond that, and again right now you can grab it for just $19.99. Alright everyone, that wraps up the video. Thank you as always for hanging out. Did any game catch your attention? Let me know down below. If you enjoyed the video or you found it helpful, hopefully we earned a subscription today. Please remember to leave a like on it, share it around, and I'll catch you on the next one.